School teaches you how to pass tests. Life tests you on what you actually know. Most people stop learning the second someone stops giving them a syllabus. They spend 16 years waiting for permission to know things, and then wonder why they feel stuck, underpaid, and easily replaceable. If you want an unfair advantage in modern society, you need to become disgustingly self-educated. Not just, I read a book once a month, educated. I mean obsessed. I mean hunting down knowledge like your life depends on it, because your freedom actually does. Here is how you build a mind so lethal, so deep, and so competent that traditional credentials look like children's toys. Traditional education built you to be an employee in 1950. It taught you to sit still, wait for instructions, memorize answers created by someone else, and ask for permission to speak. Self-education is the exact opposite. It is sovereignty. When you are disgustingly self-educated, you don't wait for a university to validate your intellect. You don't need a piece of paper to tell you that you're allowed to build software, write a book, launch a business, or analyze economic policy. Look at history: Naval Ravikant, Steve Jobs, Benjamin Franklin, Leonardo da Vinci. None of them waited for a curriculum. They followed curiosity with reckless disregard for traditional permission. The market doesn't care about your degree anymore. The market cares about proof of work. So how do you actually become disgustingly self-educated? Step 1. Stop eating pre-chewed food. Average people learn from Twitter threads, 60-second TikTok summaries, and pop psychology listicles. They eat intellectual junk food and wonder why their thinking is shallow. If you want a mind that stands out, you have to go to the primary sources. Don't just read an article about psychology, read Jung, Freud, and Kahneman. Don't just watch a video about finance, read corporate balance sheets, Warren Buffett's annual letters, and economic textbooks. Don't just read summaries of code, open the documentation and build the software yourself. When you drink directly from the fountain instead of downstream from third-party commentary, your knowledge becomes pure, accurate, and insanely hard to argue against. Here is a secret that gatekeepers don't want you to know. You can get into the top 10% of almost any field with 100 hours of aggressive, focused self-study. 100 hours isn't 4 years of college. It's 1 hour a day for roughly 3 months. Here is the exact framework to execute those 100 hours. 1. Consume phase, 20 hours. Read the top 3 books and watch the best 5 long-form tutorials on the subject. Get the vocabulary down. 2. Build phase, 50 hours. Create something real. A project, a piece of writing, a campaign, a piece of software. Apply the knowledge immediately. 3. Refine phase, 30 hours. Break down where you sucked. Fix the gaps by studying specific technical manuals. When you do this, you don't just know the subject, you embody it. Being disgustingly self-educated isn't about becoming a narrow nerd in one single subject. It's about building an irresistible skill stack. If you are just a good writer, you compete with millions of writers. If you are a good writer who also understands basic Python programming, behavioral psychology, and digital marketing, you are a one-of-one unicorn. The power of self-education is that you can cherry-pick skills across different domains and fuse them together. You become a multidisciplinary threat. The internet is the greatest library ever constructed. The world's top lectures, research, books, and tools are literally sitting in your pocket right now. The only thing standing between you and an elite level of competence is your own willingness to sit down, shut out the noise, and do the work. So stop waiting for a professor. Stop waiting for a certificate. Be obsessed. Be curious. Be disgustingly self-educated. If this struck a chord with you, hit the subscribe button, drop a comment with the skill you're self-studying this month, and send this to someone who needs a wake-up call. Go build your mind.